Good morning, good afternoon, dear viewers. Thank you for making the time to watch this recording. Today, we are talking about Ghana PAYE or Pay As You Earn and SSNIT contributions. We call it PAYE and SSNIT contribution explained. My name is Jerry John Edem Ayayi Aite. I am Sage Consultant and a member of Institute of Chartered Accountant Ghana. The agenda. First, we will talk you through the common mistakes in terms of compliance with payroll legislations in Ghana. Number two, we will explain the details of PAYE, the current tax tables, the annual rates, the monthly rates. We also explain the resident versus non-resident rules, overtime bonus tax traps. We explain some few things over there. And how also you make your staff to benefit from the relief system we have in Ghana. Number three, we'll tell you the details of SSNIT Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3. Number four, we'll also tell you the benefits of how you can automate the PAYE computations and SSNIT computation with a software we call say 300 people. And lastly, we'll leave you with some few thoughts. Why this automation or computation of SSNIT and PAYE matters. So let's get started. So the mistakes. Number one, misclassifying employees, resident versus non-resident. So if you misclassify your staff, you have expatriates working for you in Ghana here. How do you tax them? It's different from how you tax the residents, those who are living in Ghana permanently. Number two mistake is incorrect overtime and bonus calculations. The way overtime is taxed is different from how we tax the normal income. And bonus also, the way it tax is different from how we tax the normal earnings of a staff. And normally, if GRA comes to audit your payroll, it's not a nice experience for payroll and HR managers. Number three, SSNIT Tier 1, Tier 2 allocation errors. It's a huge gap. How should I put it? I tell there's a gap in those computation. You are not filing the right percentage for Tier 1. You are not sending the excess to Tier 2. So staff complain. Always the payroll man or manager is not that happy, always stressed. So we will explain some few things also for you over there. Mistake number four, missing relief claims. It's the payroll rules or laws in Ghana made provision for employees to benefit, to have some relief, to lessen their tax burden. Is your staff benefiting from this system? So we explain some few things also over there as time goes on. So number two, Ghana PAYE monthly table. This is the monthly rates we are currently seeing. So how it works? Basically, if you are earning 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, we don't take the whole amount and put it and tax it a particular percentage. We tax it progressively. What do I mean by progressively? We take the first 490, and the first 490 Ghana cedis is taxed at zero rate. There's no tax on it. Then we take the next 110, is taxed as 5%. Then we take the next 130, is taxed at 10%. If there's still balance, then we take it to the next column, the next row. That will be 17.5 row. We tax it over there till the outstanding balance is taxed at, maybe it will fall under the 30% rule or 25% rule. So that's how basically we don't take the whole amount and tax it at a particular rate. We tax it progressively. By deducting first 490, we tax it at 0%. Next, we take 110 Ghana, we tax it at 5%. If they are still balanced, we take 130 out of it, we tax it at 10%. If you are still having balance, we take 3,166.67, we tax it at 17.5%. Next, if you still have balance, we take it to the next row, then we tax it at 25%, up to we get to if your income is about 50,000, then whatever is left is taxed at 35%. We don't have any rate above 35%. So that's basically how the tax table works. So this is the annual table. So let's say your income is annual income. So the first 5,880 won't be taxed. There won't be tax on it. So let's say your annual income is 20,000. We take the first 5,880. We won't tax it. It's taxed at 0%. There's no tax on it. Next, if they are balanced, we will take 1,320 and we tax at 5%. If they are still balanced, we take 1,560 and we tax at 10%. Next, if they are still balanced, I said earlier that if your income is 20,000, so your balance after deducting the first three amounts, the last balance will fall under the 70.5 column. So that balance will be taxed at 70.5. So and we add all those tax cumulatively and get your tax. We have to file with GRA. So that's basically, it's just like the previous one, but these are the annual amounts. The previous one was the monthly amounts. Now, non-resident employees, they are taxed at flat rate, 25%. If you are employing expatriates, all their earnings are taxed as 25%. We don't tax them progressively as for resident. The previous one was for resident. For non-residents, those who are foreigners working in Ghana, we tax them at 25% straight. And they are not eligible for personal reliefs, marriage relief, child education, mortgage, loan, mortgage interest. They are not entitled to those benefits. Casual workers and part-time employees. Casual workers, they are workers that they are under employment less than 6 months, not up to 6 months, and we pay them on daily basis. So these people, we don't tax them at the progressive rate. We tax them straight at 5%. Maybe you are building your house and you engage laborers and you are paying them daily. Whatever you are paying them, you need to withhold 5% on the amount you are paying them, because you are paying them on daily basis and they are working for you less than 6 months. Part-time employees, if you are resident, any earning or any income you derive from part-time employment is taxed as 10%. If you are non-resident, it's taxed as 25%. Overtime and bonus tax traps. So now let's talk about this, where a lot of people get confused. Now, junior employees. Junior employees are those earnings are less or equal to 18,000 per year. So basically 1,005 per month. If you take all your annual from January to December, your total earning is less than 18,000 Ghana cedis, or less or equal to 18, then you are classified as junior employees. And those junior employees, the way overtime is taxed is different from those that are not junior employees. So anybody whose earnings is above 18,000 Ghana cedis per year is not considered as junior employees. Basically, if your income is more than 1,005 a month, you won't be classified as junior employee. Okay, so how do we tax overtime for junior employees? Let's say you are paid overtime, and the overtime you are paid is less than 50% of your monthly basic salary. You are paid 2,000 and you are paid overtime 800. It's less than 50% of your basic income. And your basic salary is less than, or your earning is less than 8,005 a month. So that particular overtime will be taxed at 5%. But let's say the overtime you are paid 1,005. Yourself, your basic salary is 1,005, and you are paid overtime also 1,005. 50% of your basic salary is 750. That means the overtime is more than 50% of your basic salary. So what do? We take the 5%, we tax it. Sorry, we take the 50% of your basic salary, which is the overtime, we tax it at 5%. The excess, okay, you are paid overtime 1,005 as your base salary. Then we take 750 of it, we tax at 5% because that is the 50% of the base salary. The excess, which also 750, will be taxed at 10%. So overtime is taxed at two rates. If it's more than 50% of your basic salary, the 50% is taxed at 5%. The excess is taxed at 10%. So that's basically how we tax overtime in Ghana. If you are not a junior employee, that means your basic salary is more than 1,005 a month. Anything you are paid, it can be called overtime. It's not taxed at overtime rate because you are not a junior employee. So as far as your basic salary is more than 1,005, please, this 5% and 10% is not applicable to you. Your earning will be added to your total earning and taxed progressively at the table. Now, bonus. How do we tax bonus? Normally, bonus is paid on annual basis at the end of the year. So if you calculate the 15% of your annual basic salary, and the overtime paid to you is less or equal to 15% of your annual basic salary, is taxed at 5%. You are paid overtime. The overtime is less than 15% of your annual basic salary. We tax it at 5%. Any excess of that 15%, let's say the overtime you are paid is more than 50%, 15% of your basic salary, that excess will be added to your normal income and taxed progressively. That means taxed at the tax tables. Now, benefit in kind. Another gray area for payroll managers. You are given accommodation with furnitures. 10% of your total cash emolument will be added to your normal earning and taxed progressively. What does it mean? You are paid basic salary 5,000, allowance 1, 2,000, allowance 3, 1,000. So you are earning 8,000. So those are your total cash emolument. We say TCE. We calculate 10% of your total cash emolument and add it to your earnings and then tax everything progressively. So we need to put value on the benefit you are giving. It's benefit in kind. It could be accommodation, it could be fuel, it could be vehicle driver, fuel. If it's a vehicle driver and fuel, we calculate 12.5% of your TCE. And it's limited to maximum 600 per month. If it's vehicle only, 5% of your TCE or maximum 250 per month. So these values are added to your normal income and tax because they are no benefit you are receiving as cash. It's benefit in kind. Medical and health insurance, if available to all employees, equally is exempt. It's a benefit. We don't actually tax it. There's no tax attached to it unless it's not applicable to all staff. Maybe it's only applicable to management. It's not applicable to operational staff. Then it's taxable at management level. Redundancy pay, severance pay, pension pay, reimbursement of business expenses, those are exempt income. They are not taxed. So the common one is medical and health insurance that we see across organizations. As far as it's applicable to everybody in the organization, it's not taxable. If there's a particular category of staff that do not benefit from this medical or health insurance, then we have to tax it. So if the auditors come, they check this rule. Are you applying this rule? Are you compliant with the rules? These are the things they check. Now let's talk about tax reliefs and allowances. If you are married, you are entitled to 1,200 Ghana a year as relief. Child education, 600 per year, maximum 3 child. Age dependent, 1,000 per dependent, maximum two, maybe your father and mother. A disability relief, 25% of your accessible income. So relief is basically amount, not amount given to you, but the amount that reduce your tax liability. So that means if your total earning is 20,000 and you are married, you have a child, you have age dependent, we will deduct this amount before taxing what is left. So they reduce your tax liability. Retirement contribution deductions, SSNIT Tier 1, Tier 2 are fully deductible. Tier 3 is limited to 16.5 of your basic salary. What does it mean? Your employer is deducting 5.5% of your earnings for SSNIT contribution. It's fully deductible. We have to deduct it before no amount we have to tax. If also you have Tier 3, your employer is contributing to Tier 3, or yourself or both of you are contributing to Tier 3, the amount you are contributing cannot exceed 16.5%. If it exceeds, it's not all and all tax deductible. It's only 16.5 that is tax deductible. That means if you take your contribution to Tier 1 to Tier 2, maximum 35%, that is the relief you can get. Anything extra will be taxed. SSNIT contribution. Now we have different category of SSNIT contributors. Normal employees, they pay 5.5% of their basic or their income. Employer pay 13%, making it total 18.5. Employees aged 45 years or more at their first time, those who started working very late in their life, they pay 5.5%, and the employer pay 13%, and all go to Tier 2. Tier 2. Those who that are under PNDCL 247 group, they pay 5%, employer pay 12.5%, making it 17.5. Now, key rule as far as SSNIT is concerned, maximum contribution for Tier 1 is limited to 8,235. It basically means it's based on 61,000. What does it mean? If you are earning your basics or your total earning is more than 61,000, the maximum amount you can send to SSNIT for your SSNIT contribution is limited to 8,235. If you send more than that, you are basically doing social solidarity. SSNIT is not going to say that because you pay more than what you are required to contribute, so they are going to give you more money when you retire. No. That excess, you can send it here to that which is managed by private trustees. So this is very key. Your SSNIT Tier 1 contribution is capped at 61,000. Okay, retirement age in Ghana is 60 years, 1 month. At 60, if you are 60 years and 1 month, your SSNIT, you must stop contributing to SSNIT. Non-resident employee must contribute unless exempt. Those that are diplomat, short-term contract, those are exempt to contribute. But if you are just expatriate working in Ghana, you must pay SSNIT. Back pay adjustment. If an employee receives back pay, recalculate SSNIT for past month. Do not add to current month salary. So you receive back pay for January in June. We need to recalculate it from that time and get the right SSNIT contribution and file that one also. Compliant key deadlines. I think these are the things that bring embarrassment for payroll and HR managers. Missing deadlines. PAYE must be paid by 15 of the following months. So if you miss deadline, the penalty is 10% interest plus penalties. The annual tax returns, you must file it by 31st March. If you miss it, sorry a minute. So if you miss it, you will pay 500 plus 5% monthly interest. SSNIT contribution 14 days after month end. So Okay. So these are key deadlines we have to be very much aware of to avoid penalty, embarrassment as payroll or finance department. Now, let's see a full example of how PAYE or pay as you earn is calculated. This is the employee profile. The basic salary is 5,000 per month. He received overtime 800, bonus 6,000, and he's married. That means he's benefiting 100 Ghana cedis per month. And he's having two children. So that means his relief on monthly basis 50 cedis per child per month. Now, how will the overtime tax will be calculated? Remember, it's only 5,000 per month, and 50% of his basic salary is 2,500. Is he qualified as junior employee? No. Though the 800 is less than 50% of basic salary, he won't be taxed at 5% because the staff is not a junior employee. So the 5% for overtime is not applicable to the staff. Now, bonus calculation. 15% of annual base salary is 9,000, and his pay bonus of 6,000, which is less than the 15%. So the whole 6,000 will be taxed at 5%, making it 300 and tax on bonus. So total tax on bonus will be 300. Now he's also he's married, so he's benefiting, or his tax benefit is less than 100. Child education 100 because having two children. So 50 60 times 2, that's making it 100. Total relief is 200 per month. Of course, he needs to have certification for GRA before he can apply all this. Okay, now let's see how SSNIT is contributed. The 5.5% of employee contribution is 275. Employer will contribute 13%, that is 650, making total of 925 for SSNIT. So how much will be filed with SSNIT? The amount to be filed will be 13.5 or 5,000. That is 675. That is the amount that will be sent to SSNIT or filed with SSNIT for tier 1. The tier 2 will be 5% of the 5,000, that is 250. So that's basically how the SSNIT is computed. Now, total cash emolument. His total cash emolument is 11,800. The basic salary 5,000, overtime 800, annual bonus 6,000, making it 11,800. He's having relief for 200, SSNIT deduction for tier 5.5 is 275. So what is his chargeable income? The chargeable income will be the 11,000, the total cash emolument minus the bonus. Why? Because bonus is taxed already, minus the relief and minus also the SSNIT contribution. So the total to be taxed progressively will be 5,325. So as we said earlier, how the rate were, the first 490 will be taxed at 0 rate. The next 130 will be taxed at 5%. The next 130 will be taxed at 10%. The next or the balance, okay, the next one 3,160 will be taxed at 17.5, and the balance, which is 1,428.33, will be taxed at 25%. So if you add all this figure plus the tax on bonus, we are having his POI is 1,229.77. So this amount we have to file or return to GRA for his, let's say, December PAYE. Now, this, you may say that you understand how the SSNIT, the PAYE is computed or is calculated. It's true, but at times it can get complex. So we want to make your life easier. So we are recommending a software. It's called Say 300 People. It's a software developed by Sage International. This software has intelligent task engine built in. So automatically calculate POI for you. Apply correct tax bracket progressively. Handle special cases, non-resident, casual workers, all those things. The system calculates those things automatically for you. overtime and bonus tasks, all those things by per GRA rule, the system calculates all those things for you. SNIT processing, identify employee category. Are you are you a normal employee or are you still under PNDCL? The system identify that your category of staff, the category of employee you are, and apply the correct rate or percentage to your earnings. The system also apply tier 1 cap automatically, calculate back pay adjustment correctly, and SNIT contribute. Make all those adjustment contribute automatically for you. Automated benefit in kind valuation. So this valuation I was talking about, how to calculate 10% of total cash emolument, 7.5% of total cash emolument, 12.5% of total cash. The system will compute those things automatically for you. You don't have to do any computation in Excel or with calculator. Relief administration. The system tracks and apply personal reliefs, manage child education dependent claims easily, effortlessly. Now, compliance features. So, because everything is automated, you get your PAYE schedules for GRA is already in the system for you. You just have to print the report and file it. SNIT reports are all already in the system, auto-generated. You can just print them. You don't have to input anything in Excel or GRA templates. Everything is there. Annual tax certificate, all those things are in the system. And audit trail, complete history of all calculations. Everything is documented. You know the tax you pay in January, February, everything. The track record, everything is in the system for you. Your staff also get digital pay slips. Okay, you can send pay slip to your staff, detail with tax, deductions, need contribute, all the breakdown. So everything is transparent for your staff. Yes, everybody is happy with you. A tax document, everything you need, you get them in the system. Relief management, and you can print report on all these deductions, contribution from since you start using the software, because everything is in the system for you. So now, the last thing. So why this matters? Why do you have to automate PAYE computation? Why do you have to automate SNIT contributions? Payroll isn't just about numbers, it's about people's livelihoods. Every tax error means less take home pay for employees. The money is not enough, and we are still doing error in their tax computation, more tax. They are taking less money home. Every SNIT mistake risks to retirement security. People are working for retirement. They want to have a secure retirement. So if you are not paying the right SNIT, the right retirement contributions, it will affect people. It's a risk to their retirement security. Every late filing, company reputation damage. If you are filing late, you are damaging the reputation of your company. And all these are not good for your business. It's not good for your organization. So we want to help you to put things in order, to make your life easy, to make your staff happy. Then everybody will be happy in your organization. So the next step we want to advise you for is schedule say 300 people demonstration with us, so you can see how all these automation features work. So we are Lomond Digital, we are chartered accountants, and we are IT professionals. You can reach out to us on these numbers. Don't hesitate to call us and ask any question you have, any explanation you have. We'll be more than delighted to help you, to make you also, to make your organization be happy, have staff that are happy with you. Everybody is happy, happy environment in your organization, and always compliant and avoid embarrassment for GRA. Thank you for making the time to watch this recording. Hopefully, we'll be uploading another recording again. Bye-bye.